We're taking.
Show you how to take apart the F850. First thing you got to do is pull out the tension finger. Put something in there just to keep it out of your way. Next thing, I'll do it with a T-wrench just to make it easier. You're going to loosen these clutch cover screws just about 3/4 of a turn. That just takes the pressure off the spring pressure off the pins. Then you're going to take out the clutch cover screws. Now this unit's put together dry, so this is going to be silicone sealed to the casting. So you're just going to have to give it a whack. It'll break free. Turn it over, put your screws inside the cover. And next order of business would be to take these 4 screws out of the cover. The ones in the front are 3/4, the ones in the rear are 1 inch on both sides. Take all 4 screws out, set them aside. Now this cover will move out of your way. Need a small set of external snap ring pliers, just the top snap. This will all be grease, so you have to wipe the grease off. Small external snap ring pliers, remove that top snap ring carefully so it doesn't fly away. I did send you an extra one. Set that aside. Then the whole clutch assembly and cover flange will come off as one. Set it aside carefully. That gets you down to the sprocket and the separator block that we're talking about. Your separator block's going to be full of silicone on the top of the screw heads. You're going to want to dig out the silicone out of the screw heads and then remove those screws. They're also 1 inch long. If they're stiff or tight, you're going to want to take a flat punch the same size as the head of the screw and give it a light tap to shock the thread so it'll free it up and come out a little easier for you. I've also sent you new screws with the separator. Once you get that out, screws are loose and out. You've got to remove the sprocket and the separator as one. You're going to see that there's little dowel pins down inside here that hold this in alignment. This is the part we're changing. So what you're going to do then is you're going to make sure that's what you're down to. Now what you're going to next would be to take your new separator, put it back in. You got to set the sprocket and the separator down, lining up the dowel pins, and then you have a seal on the sprocket that you got to kind of get past the lip, and it'll all go down together as one. And you're just going to repeat the process in the opposite fashion. Run these in. Snug them up. Make sure you get them all the way in and even before you tighten them down. And you don't have to go crazy with them, but you just want them nice and snug. After you get these tight, I'm going to recommend that you fill that with clear silicone. Doesn't have to be anything special. Fill these holes flush with a clear silicone. That'll help prevent corrosion down the line so they can come out another day. Make sure your sprocket spins free. Take your complete assembly here, slide it back onto your shaft. You're going to want to line up your square and drop it back down. And retrieve your parts. You got your small snap ring. Push down, get it set up on your snap ring pliers. Push down together, get it down over onto the groove. There you go. Okay, now you're going to want to take your long screws, they go in the rear. Your shorter screws go in the front. again, you gotta run these in just to where they hit. Make sure you get them all in and started so that everything's nice and straight and where it's supposed to be. And what you're going to do is you're going to go back and you're going to tighten them, kind of like how you would do a lug nuts on a car. Take your clutch cover, sit it back down. I'd recommend you silicone seal around this diameter. Put it back down. Take your 2 3/4 inch long screws. Start them. Get them snug. Return these back to set flush with the end of the ear. And release your tension finger, and you're back in business. And then give it a test and get back to us.